We are in the last day of the Science Forum, where we're exploring the theme around innovation and science for humanity. So in the closing of the forum, we had a lecture where we had a panel, and Dr. Thandi, who is from the NRF Global Partnership and Business Development, was also part of the panelists, and we had a lot of insightful information and feedback from them. And she was here with us to share with us what she was sharing there and also close this session for us. Doctor, can you please introduce yourself and what you do at the NRF?
Okay, thank you very much, Pendulo. My name is Thandi Mgwebi. I'm the Group Executive for Business Advancement. In Business Advancement, we do global partnerships to leverage NRF's income, and also we do business development. So we manage a lot of partnerships, and we've been enjoying the partnerships that we are celebrating in Science Forum with the people that have come here, and forging new partnerships.
Okay, so I know that you saw that, okay, we paid for this, we paid for this. I'm sure you had so many proud moments. What were your key highlights and the key messages that you got from the delegates as they are exhibiting and giving their talks?
Right. So actually what I shared at the closing panel, I'm going to speak about three things.
Okay.
These are the key messages or highlights of the Science Forum 2024. Just to acknowledge that the quality of the conversations has escalated. I've attended many of these Science Forum events annually, and this year has been fantastic.
Yes.
One of the key highlights, I will theme them about inclusion and collaboration.
Yes.
So we've seen a celebration of partnerships, of the old partnerships, but we've also seen new partnerships being forged. Here at the NRF, for example, we signed a new partnership with the Foundation for Research in Quebec, in Canada.
Wow.
And it's the first time we ever signed that MOU, and that kind of MOU, where we, I would say, celebrate firefighters. So it's on in the environment space.
Yes.
As you know, firefighters from South Africa, they go to Canada when there's a challenge, and they were here with us when we were doing that. But also science for development is one of the themes. I would highlight the IKS conversation. South Africa has taken leadership in indigenous knowledge systems, and we're sharing this with the Canadians because they've got similar, if not, I would say, bigger problems in terms of IKS integration into the science streams. So we're sharing that. And the last one I want to talk about is on Africa's leadership.
Yeah.
I think South Africa's leadership in Africa is demonstrated in many of the initiatives. Africa is advocating for its voice to be heard in many platforms. So we had a session where we were preparing our input into financing for development. It's called FFD4, which is going to happen in Spain. That was an excellent conversation where we're taking African voices and integrating into how to fund STI in the continent.
Wow.
Yes.
Congratulations
yes,
to you.
Thank
everyone
you.
who was involved in that conversation. You also highlighted about something on youth leadership. And when I was in that room, I felt so very proud to see all those young people that were exhibiting, even the young people that are giving these talks. And you said something about, guys, we must start bringing them in the panel so that we can talk to them and not talk to ourselves. Can you please tell us more about that?
Yes, I think we should be highlighting youth leadership. South Africa has had youth innovations, usually not very much celebrated. They can be social kind of innovations that change behaviors. That could be innovations that are led, that are grassroots, but also innovations coming out of research aligned with the NRF's agenda. So I was highlighting there that we shouldn't allow youth to be talking to themselves. We should have plenaries where youth are talking to everybody and mix them up, that the professors together with the youth, so that there's alignment with what the youth want and how to support them. And also I spoke about, it's bigger now. Even the Deputy Minister mentioned that the room is smaller now, that venue. So maybe we should be innovative in how we deliver Science Forum South Africa, make the city a science city during this
that would be
week.
so nice. Yes, that would be so nice. So 3 December was the National Disability Right Awareness Day, and you said something about inclusivity. How does the NRF make sure that, in their funding or they include people with disability?
Yes, we've got the Skills program that is money coming from the National Skills Fund that is also responsible for supporting persons with disabilities. We even go further to give them extra funding or to offer extra funding for devices. As I said at the panel, we also depend on our universities to also coordinate support for people with disability, because it's not only financial. If you think about it, it's the infrastructure, is the making sure that you don't, when you build a building, when you have a building, it doesn't only have stairs for people who can't walk.
Yes.
So you have paths for that are easy for
Yes.
people with those kind of disabilities. But many other disabilities, there has to be thinking on how to support them. So yes, it's financial, that you need devices, you pay for them, but practical as well.
Okay. So it was a meeting or closing for 2024, but also projections for 2025. What are you looking forward to in the next Science Forum?
I think I'm looking for more diversity and more transdisciplinary approaches.
Yes.
For example, I was just thinking, how could we have sessions where art and science meet?
Yes.
You know what SASTA does, for example, with the Science Lens competition. We get a lot of artists depicting science.
Yes.
We can include that at the Science Forum, and
Yes.
it will catch a lot of audiences because they will see themselves in the everyday life. Because in everyday life, we don't say, now I'm doing physics, now I'm doing, you live.
That's true.
So,
That's
yes,
true. Yeah, a lot of
absolutely.
people that we interviewed were like, there's a human inside the scientist, and people should know
Absolutely.
that. Any last
Absolutely.
words before we close our session?
No, I'm just grateful for the opportunities. We hosted a very beautiful celebration of our partnerships at the NRF. We had a breakfast meeting. It was actually not even a meeting, it was a breakfast celebration of our partners. We had our industry partners, we had our diplomats from various countries, but we also have our sister organizations that came to embrace us. So we're looking forward to a future of vibrant partnerships.
Yes.
Yes.
That is youthful.
That is also youthful. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time. I know you're so tired and you need to rest.
Thank you.
So now we are closing the last conversation in the Science Forum, where we're exploring the theme, innovation and science for humanity.